colleges, renowned for its relentless efforts in producing brilliant talents in the form of engineers. Sorry, I think we had an issue with our network. Sorry, sir, and sorry, everyone. Idea Innovation Cell, the official club of our university, is the proud organizer of this event, compromising a hub of scientific technophiles. We are driven by a strong desire to fabricate changes in this modern world. Once again, we welcome you all to the second part of Aerovantage Webinar series, where we aim to explore the frontiers of drone startup and technologies. A dream doesn't come reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work to make dreams come true. It is with great pleasure and honor we have the esteemed presence of Mr. Darshan Mahakul, the co-founder of renowned 𝗠𝗵𝗂𝗶 Aerospace Technology, and Mr. Rahul Kumar Anand, the Chief of Design, joining us today. Their visionary leadership and unwavering commitment to excellence have been instrumental in shaping the success of 𝗠𝗵𝗂𝗶 and its groundbreaking innovation.
Now, we are privileged to welcome Mr. Rahul Kumar Anand sir, the Chief of Design, who graciously shares his vast knowledge, expertise, and perspectives with us on this occasion. His esteemed presence serves as a testament to the remarkable talent and forward thinking that propels 𝗠𝗵𝗂𝗶 Aerospace to forefront of commercial applications. Mr. Anand has been instrumental in a groundbreaking collaboration with the Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, leading the 𝗠𝗵𝗪𝗏 aircraft. This remarkable aerial vehicle boasts a weight 3 times lighter than any conventional aerial aircraft, thereby unlocking new possibilities for delivery and autonomous missions in remote areas. This cutting-edge drone system marks a significant achievement in aerial cargo transportation, showcasing innovation, precision, and advanced capabilities. So, can you share some words regarding this?
Sure. First of all, thank you, Subhranshu and Ashish, for a great introduction. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Right. I work as a chief design engineer and a co-founder of 𝗠𝗵𝗂𝗶. We here in 𝗠𝗵𝗂𝗶 are developing a solution to carry cargo. Actually, the idea wasn't a cargo one. We was earlier started with the idea of taking man into flights, making small individual taxis to take one or at least like four kind of persons from one point to another. But very soon after doing the empirical model, we figure out that there is one key area that can be one of the major can turn into one of the major vertical is the cargo segment, and thus we developed a solution for the same. We started with small cargos. We started with like 10 kgs, 20 kgs. Now we are at 60 to 40 to 60 kg segment, and lower altitude and the higher altitude. We are a bunch of experienced professionals who are coming from ISROs, DRDOs, IIDs, putting their minds to develop a solution. And yeah, we are in quite good shape right now. We have a quite good number of solutions in place, and we have good number of orders in place too. Uh, and very soon that as things are turning, very soon you will be seeing 𝗠𝗵𝗂𝗶 working in field of manned type of drones or manned aircrafts. So that's the whole story.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. So now I would like to invite our respected faculty advisor, Dr. 𝗜𝗵𝗂𝗶 sir, to speak few words on this webinar. So please.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are
You're
audible.
audible.
Okay, okay.
So actually, we
Excuse me,
lost
sir.
you.
Sir, I think we lost your voice. So can you again just reconnect
Okay.
it?
A very good evening to one and all present here.
Good evening, sir.
As a faculty advisor of Idea Club, I like to give a warm welcome to all the speakers in this webinar. And our students are actually uh, taken a lot of pain to conduct this webinar. And I'm very happy that so many speakers have shared their experiences and give some idea about the new cutting edge technologies in the recent uh, drone technology. Especially, it is, I think, the webinar is based on drone technology. So, in this cutting edge technology, this drone technology is rapidly growing, and it is a demanding field. And also, the innovation is rapidly growing, and day to day, new types of innovative idea are always wanted. So, it would be a very good if the bond we will share some their technological ideas with the students, which will be beneficial for them, and also enthusiast the students to start their career in this field. So, taking not much time, I once again give a warm welcome to all the speakers to share their valuable ideas with our students, which will be beneficial for them in their near futures. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. Thank you, Rahul, sir, for giving such valuable insights about the topic. Now, I'm handing over to Subhranshu now.
We are honored here to have Mr. Mahakul to share his knowledge, experience, and insights with us today. His presence serves as a reminder of the immense talent and visionary thinking that drives Bonvi Aerospace technology and positions it at forefront of aerial mobility applications. Being the co-founder of Bonvi Aerospace and having sheer knowledge of embedded system design and robotics, he's an admired leader with exceptional leadership qualities. His vision-led startup has achieved an incredible success, become the country's first to develop an AI-powered multi-utility electric air vehicle. His expertise and strategic insights have played a pivotal role in establishing the Bonvi as a leading trailblazer in the industry. So now it's time to invite Mr. Darshan Mahakul, the co-founder of Bonvi Aerospace Technology, to start the second part of our webinar series. We are very much eager to know about your startup expedition and learn from your inspiring success stories. Sir, please.
So, hi, good evening, everyone. So, first of all, you have some misinformation that I am not a co-founder. Okay, I'm a R&D
Sorry,
expert
sir.
only. Yeah, no issue. So, I'm working as a R&D expert in the field of avionics. So, what I am doing here? So, I'm only designing the electronics and avionics of the drone, and you can see the vehicle, and also I'm configuring the you can say your protocols, your GPS navigation systems, your autopilots and flight computers. So yeah, that's all from my side.
Yeah, I'll just add on to this. So, uh, what here in Bonby is we have like we name it a person as he will be handling one particular role, but here Darshan or Satyadeep, irrespective of their field of expertise, they used to play under multiple hats. Here Darshan is one hell of experience in avionics field and also developing rotors. Other than that, he used to help in designs and too, and even Satyadeep is the same.
Thank you, sir, for giving such valuable insights about the topic. The session was definitely very much informative and was full of learning. We have lots to take back from this webinar, sir. So now I think it's the time for the most interesting part of the webinar, that is the question and answer session.
This is your opportunity to engage with our guest and get your queries answered. So without any further delay, let's jump into our question and answer session. We have received some excellent questions. Also, we are inviting more questions on our YouTube channel in advance that we will address during this session. If you have any additional questions that arise during our discussion, please feel free to ask them in the chat box. Now, let's begin our question and answer session. Ashish, please.
Yeah, thank you. This question is both of you. So as a reader, it's a choice of genre. You must be having your own. So can you share the success secret from your childhood to here now at this position? Like what inspired you to choose this career? So Rahul sir, please.
So choosing this career was wasn't my childhood dream. Okay. So what happened was my father was in army. He's an army. He's an ex-army right now. And throughout the life, I have seen multiple soldiers carrying goods and everything on their back and climbing mountains to reach some outpost. Okay. So during the college days, I put some thoughts in this solution. See, why don't we build a solution which can carry goods or which do all those extra work for the soldiers at the higher altitude? And why don't we come up with a solution? So that was the idea that time. Okay, and there comes one more co-founder, who is Avinash, my friend from college and colleague in my past company. He put the crazy idea to why don't we make our own aircraft, single manned aircraft which we can pilot in our own ambience and all. There comes the idea of why don't we make a human type of aircraft. And that at that time things were in ideas only, things were in ideations only. There was nothing physical implementation of it. But after the college ends and when we joined to certain different companies, but we still have that thoughts in our mind that why don't we had worked on this solution. And there comes one more co-founder, Satya. He said that I'll put everything, whatever it's there, we'll make a solution in an air taxi. So there comes, we all sit together. We collected all other bunch of idiots to be there, part of us, part of the idea, and we made the first model, which was a human carry model. But doing that will require multiple stages, right? You cannot directly jump to an aircraft which can carry 400 kg of load. So we had break down that 400 kg segment into multiple chunks. We targeted 10, 40, 100 to then 200 and 400. We make these kind of timeline, our project timelines. And then while doing that, we thought, why don't, if you are making solution for 40 kg or 100 kg, why don't we put this as a cargo solution in Indian Army? And that's how the whole thing came up in the physical existence. And then we created 𝗏𝗵𝗂𝗵, where we started the cargo segment first. Okay, but the whole idea was, and still the idea is to put man in aircraft, man in electric aircraft. So this is the whole ideation and the motivation behind your 𝗏𝗵𝗂𝗵 and the vehicle that you are seeing.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your story. So now, Darshan sir, can you please share your success story?
Yes, sure. So from my childhood, I actually a tech geek. So like if you saw some story in Instagram, like you got some small RC car in your childhood and you going some for experiments. So like that, and I was in a, like you can say, like in a small school, like ODM medium school. So I don't have some kind of support to do some kind of science experiments. So at my 10th, I got into the embedded systems lines, and in my to 11th and 12th, I got you can say all the opportunity for the like science execution and all international science execution, and then I joined in civil on Global University. So at that, I got to know about world skills and all. So that's why I'm an industry expert for now. and in Bonvi, like we are doing from like you can say from prototype stage to product stage. So that is the main opportunity that I got all the things. Like you can got a project to your project to a product. So that's it.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Darshan
sir.
sir and Rahul sir, for enlightening us with your story. So, moving on to next question. Yes, Subhant, you can carry on.
The next question is for you, Darshan sir. Can you please share some insights from your journey of becoming the avionics R&D expert in Bonway Technologies? We have also recently heard that you are also the silver medalist at Odisha Skill competition, sir.
Yeah, so like my journey started from for the World Skills from 2019, and I got silver in Odisha Skills, then gold in regionals, and then also silver in national. Then I got gold in World Skills Mobile Robotics Post National. So at that phase I got to know all about like if you like doing something like in project and that convert into a product. Okay, that made me an industry expert. So I like I apply all the things in Bonvi that how can we like do some kind of professional wirings, professional kind of products like your avionics bay, your EMF cutting, and all the things. Okay, so all the things are like make together a perfect product, or you can say like perfect flying machine. Okay. So yeah, like in Bonvi, like we are doing from like you can say the previous days to for now, we can do kind of many iterations so that we can get a perfect product. Yeah, so that's it.
Thank you, sir. Forwarding to you, Ashish.
Yeah, thank you, Subhranshu. So, there would be many challenges and implications you would have faced during your journey. Can you share some of those challenges and considerations you faced to operate drones in the commercial applications? Rahul, so can you please answer to this question?
Yeah, sure. Actually, if you could start talking about challenges, then it's a long list and it will take whole night because this is India and still the regulations are in place. So yeah, the first challenge is the regulations. Okay, so we had somehow figured out. Actually, we are part of the team who are setting the regulations of drones in India. So we had somehow figured out regulations for small or micro size of drones, but for a larger size, we still are trying to like get it from. We are still dependent on EASAs and ESAs. Okay, but yeah, but still it will take time to develop certain regulations in India to get the things place. But yeah, apart from regulations, there are good amount of challenge in the awareness of people. Okay, we during even these days also after also be having a good name, having good brand in the market, we still have to depend on ATCs to get the permissions even for our doing a shorty. So what we do is before flight we have to call or we have to go put a physical application in ATC that these are the time that we'll be flying, and during those hours the ATC but check the schedule of the other flights if it's okay to fly or not, and then they give the permission. And it's a long time taking process, and that's one of the biggest challenge for us right now. And like furthermore, in addition to the challenges are the size actually if you have seen the vehicle that we are building, or like even the smallest vehicle that we had built is of a size of 3 meters around. So it's very hard to carry, it's very hard to transport from one place to another. So that's one of the challenge. And the lastly is the challenge of the TRLs, technology readiness level in India. So during the start time, we were following the TRL of the world. Okay, we thought that we'll put motors from here, we'll put batteries from this country, we'll bring propellers from this country, and that's how we build our calculations. But because of the Make in India and Made in India, we have to be there with companies who are producing in India only. So that brings our TRL to the very low. We are parallelly working with companies which are developing solution for us. But TRL is one of the big challenge in our field of drones or heavy lift drones. Apart from that, there are plenty. There are some operational challenges. There are some functional challenges. Then there are weathers, and it goes a long list. So these were some.
Thank you, sir, for sharing some of the challenges you faced. Moving on to you, Subhranshu.
So we got another question for you. So we can visualize how AI is rapidly emerging in this world, and what do you view, sir, about the impact that would AI envision on transportation and mobility in India? And one of your drones, I think, it is using AI. So
Yeah.
how you
Uh,
think that? Yes, sir.
AI is very new thing for drone industry. Okay. We can use AI as a tertiary medium to evaluate or to come up with some solution, but it can't be a primary medium of controls. Okay. Putting AI to a control is can be hazardous. Okay, because you haven't trained your AI model, you haven't trained your AI, computations to a certain level that it can take a six axis, 6 UF decision right now. Other than that, yeah, with current trends of AI, we are seeing good advancement in drones field, like path planning, like obstacle avoidance, even flying in the dark, even flying at difficult weather. AI can be very useful in those kind of areas.
Thank you, sir. Assis, you can carry forward.
Yeah. So there are different payload capacities of drones depending on how they are manufactured. So what payload capacities does your drone have, and what types of cargo is it designed to transport? Darshan sir, can you please answer to this question?
Actually, this question I think Rahul sir will answered properly. So carry forward to Rahul sir.
Okay, sir.
First of all, we don't design for any specific cargo. We design it for a weight segment. Okay, so currently our drones can lift. We have three solutions. Okay, first is carrying 10 to 20 kgs in both lower and higher altitude. Okay, then 40 to 60 kg in lower altitude and 40 to 60 in higher altitude. When we say lower and higher altitude, okay, things change rapidly, drastically. I would say not rapidly, drastically when flying in lower altitude and higher altitude. So we have to make two different solutions for different altitude use cases. Apart from the weight category, what we do is we provide a specific length, breadth, height, and a volumetric space. There you can put anything, starting from your goods, clothes, emergency medicine supplies, organs, whatever you want, you can put. There is no restriction to it. But if it requires some specific designed area, then they used to come to us. So one of the major use case that we had built for. So there was, if you have heard of LRDI, so these are LiDAR and radar division of DRDO. Okay, we had made a specific cargo area for them where they used to mount a heavy radio device beneath the drone, and they used to fly for a certain time. So we can provide a customized, you can say a volumetric space for any specific cargo, or we can provide a universal volumetric space where you can put anything and fly from one point to another.
Thank you, sir. So we have both of you very professionally dominating your role of job, and both of you, Soumya sir and Makul sir. Makul sir, you started this company as a co-founder. Soumya sir, you are an expert in your domain. The students are much more fascinated to find opportunities in the growing drone industries. So, what is your view on what kind of skill sets should students develop in order to build a career in the drone sector? Like we are now in our engineering career, and most of us in our future want to go for management. Some of and a part of the engineering students, they want to go for other higher studies at particular sectors. So what do you think, for a student to build a career in drone sector, what skill set they should attain?
Yeah, so like you can start from a normal hobby kind of drone, but the drone field is very vast. Like if you are thinking that only flying and like controlling a drone is a perfect one for the drone field, it is not. So in drone field, you can do such kind of, you can say swarming drones. Then you can say army drones. Then you can say surveillance drones. Then you can say payload drones. So like you have some kind of, you can say management over there. You can say technology over there. You can say strategies over there, and you can say permissions over there. Okay, so all the four kind of responsibilities is very different thing. Okay. So one person cannot do all the things. Okay. So in technologies, you can, if you have some kind of expertise on like electronics, mechanical designs, you can say like chemical, chemical designing, like battery designing. Okay, so you can do with technologies, but with management, like you can say perfectly convincing the government, the client, and then you can say anybody. So who is your customer? Okay, and in like permissions, in India, you have to be like backs of some kind of permissions over like ATC and you can say DGCA. Okay, so yeah, that is our like permission count. Okay, so you can do anything in a drone zone. So and piloting is the most important thing and your responsibility also. Okay. So you have to be a DGC certified pilot over there. So otherwise you can't fly a big drone, or you can say any kind of drone. You cannot fly. So yeah, if you want to be you have to be join in a drone industry. Yeah, you can. That is not an issue, and you can start from a hobby kind of thing.
Thank you so much, sir. Makul sir, I would like to question you that, so you have started the company from the beginning, and you have seen what skills are most necessary to build a company like this. And we also pray your success, and we wish you very all the best, sir, for your career and born visa. So, sir, how do you see what skill set one should acquire right now? So one day, someday, your company will be a bigger one, and it will need employees, a more number of employees. And while selecting those employees, how will you see the skill set they are possessing, and aiming that we should take the points right now to learn such skills, such as for your company.
Okay. So it's a very big question you have asked. So actually, what happens is, since Soumya has said, it's a very vast area. There are multiple fields, and I don't hold all kind of expertise in different fields. Okay, so I'll be very particular towards management side of roles, or for designs or technologies side of roles. I can tell you about that. So developing a skill set is one thing. Okay, it what kind of skill set I can help you out with that. One of the key area that a drone industry look. I'll take whole. I'll take. I won't be talking about Bombay only. I'll be talking about whole drone industry. Okay, is first thing is an simulation expert. Okay. Building, if you know materials, if you know any kind of like if you have seen drones earlier, okay. So these are quite easy to build, but simulating to a level of your what happening in the frame, what's happening while flying. So that's one thing is a challenge, and it's an still there are companies who are not practicing it. Second thing, in if you see area where Darshan used to hold his expertise is again simulation, environmental simulations. Okay, What in similar words we can say gazebos kind of simulations, where we used to simulate the attitude of the vehicle in different environmental conditions. Okay, how it flies in the air, if the intensity of air changes, what happens, if temperature of air changes, what happens. Okay, so those kind of simulation, if anybody can do or anyone in practice, is can have a very upper hand in a drone industry. Thirdly is coding. Yeah, if you have good knowledge of coding and know how your autopilot architecture works, your how your firmware works, can have an upper hand. uh, then goes to piloting. Yeah, piloting is one of the main thing you have to understand about what are the basic attributes of your airframe, how it's gonna fly, how it's gonna land, and one of the main thing in while flying an aircraft is the land. Okay, you can take anything aircraft up in the air, but landing it to the ground safely and sound is very difficult. So piloting is one of the main area. You can practice out piloting. As Darshan said, you can start with micro aerials like having hoops or something small aircrafts. Try to do piloting, and the controls are quite similar whether you fly a small, large, medium, or in fixed wing or a multi-rotor. So controls are all same. Then goes your if you see in the making the management, so understanding regulations, sitting with regulation bodies like ISRO, like DRDOs, DGCAs, okay, and understanding how things are going, and help them to mold the regulations, have this concurrent meeting. So those kind of persons are very required in the drone fields. And yeah, and the list goes on. Like, since it's an unexplored area, and it's been there in like past, it's an active state from past 7 to 10 years. So it's an unexplored area, still very new to the Indian industries. So like anyone can, if he has good knowledge on his own skill set, okay, and know how to use his skill set in favor of any drone or any industry, then it's a good situation for both a person and the industry too.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening insights, sir. Now,
Yeah,
Assis. Yes, sir.
no, actually, it's a long list. So I don't want to spend a good amount of time reading all those lists to you. So
So actually,
it,
students are very eager to know the skill set they should pursue right now, as the domains are increasing and it is going vast in lists.
yeah. So just I you just on the top level, if you see, then piloting is one of the biggest domain. There are 1,000+ companies working in India right now in drone sector, and also there are company coming from abroad, US, UAE, Germany, in India, and they are looking for pilots. Okay, 24/7. So piloting is one of the big key area. Second is avionics development. If you know how hardware works, you are quite good with avionics. Coding, autopilot coding. I'll just give you a scenario. I was working with Zomato once regarding their drone delivery project. Okay, my friend was at Zomato. We were just working on the project. Okay, and there, what the biggest challenge was, the coding or the automation of the drone to a particular point. So there, what Zomato did was they started hiring freelance coders. Okay, to just work on the solutions. Okay, so if you know how to code, then if you know how to work with code, and also know how your autopilot architecture works, then it's really great. And it's not that much hard to learn. Okay, it's like it's a month kind of tedious process, but once you know the flow, then it's really good, and it's quite interesting to work with.
Thank you, sir. So you have talked about like IT sectors and the electronics one. So like while talking about that, how the from basic how the drone is made, we are also taking the structure and we're including the mechanical engineers and some other engineering
Yeah.
sectors. So how do you see those sectors, sir? Those engineering branches?
So as I said, the starting first profession was the simulation engineer. Okay. So if you divide the simulation engineer in multiple chunks, so it start with a design engineer. Okay, you have to design stuff. Okay, so the first profession is design engineer for mechanical engineer. Okay, again, if you divide the whole design segment, also there are guys from conceptualization. There are guys to build mathematical model. Okay, so mathematical model is not just a pen paper drawing of a aircraft. So you have to prove. You have to prove by formulas. You have to prove by all the derivations that the vehicle that you are building with a specific propulsion system will fly. Okay, so building a mathematical model, having those kind of know-hows of calculations, those are the second area of exploration for mechanical engineers. Then goes to the assembly level designer. Okay, so what is the difference between conceptual designer and assembly designer is conceptual designer brings out the concepts. Okay, how the aircraft gonna look, how the aircraft's gonna aesthetically feels when you see towards the aircraft. Okay, but a mechanical detailed designer will work into the functions of the aircrafts to the part level design. Okay, so detailed designer can be there. Then goes to the simulation engineers where there can be acoustic simulators, person working in acoustic simulations, persons working specifically in vibrations, persons working specifically in loading conditions. So there are a good number of like requirements of mechanical kind of knowledge in drones too. Even though it's a flying, but like even I'm being an aerospace, I know more than 70% of our whole curriculum was mechanical design engineering. So there's a good number of like requirements of mechanical engineer in these fields.
Thank you, sir. Forwarding to you, Ashish. You will continue with the next question.
Yeah, Subran sir. Sir, as Somya Darshan sir, you said that we single-handedly cannot make any groundbreaking inventions. Sir, keeping that in mind, can you share some strategic partnerships or collaborations in the pipeline you had while making any kind of like your inventions with our audience? So please. Somya sir, can you please answer to this question?
This question also I can like priority tell that because he's managing all the things here. Okay. So that's why.
So first of all, not
Okay,
all
sir.
the things. Okay, I'll just manage like things that are required for my require my assistance. Regarding the partners and collaborations, okay. As I said, the TRLs in the challenges. So the technology, like we won't be able to manufacture the models, we won't be able to manufacture the composites on our own. So yeah, we did take help of multiple partners, and they are like pro in their own field. Okay, so like if you want to enlist few of them, then there are one partner working in Ahmedabad, which is working on a propulsion system. And these when we are talking any kind of system in the vehicle, these are all customized systems. Okay, these are not the market standard system that you will get. Okay, so there is good number of calculations that we have to do, and there is good number of calculations that they have to do, and then we have to sit along with us to bring up one solution. Okay, so there is a university partner in Bhubaneswar, CVRMN, who is providing us the facility and working infrastructure. Then there are partners from Chennai who are working on the propeller, specifically in the propellers. Um, and yeah, there are multiples like IIT Mandi, IIT Guwahati. Other than that, there are some manufacturing partners who are working specifically for custom alloys, custom composites for us. So there are plenty of good number of partners that we are having right now. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sir, as you said just now that there are certain number of calculations that you have to make, and there are also many calculations the other partnership you are in partnership the companies they have to make. But still, we can see sometimes there are technical faults or issues addressed with the drones. So, what measures do you have in place to address any kind of technical issues or challenges faced by your users?
Okay. Yeah. So the first thing is the experience that we are holding. Okay, that gives the upper hand. If you see like we know what problem can occur in the vehicle. Okay, we had like we have to we are that much calculative, and we are that much aware that in any situation vehicle can perform like this, or this mishap can happen. Okay, so we used to fly under those kind of critical parameters, and also if there are some like cursory things happening, and we don't have the gist of it. Okay, so in that cases, what we do is we train. There's a rigorous training of the flight crew while flying. So they are quite if any crash happens or if any mishap happens, they are quite aware. They have a good number of training sessions of their own to handle those kind of situation. And at the user level, if like for example, if you are delivering to a certain client, so what we do is before delivering it to a client, we do the 500-hour test and 1,000 landing and takeoff test. Okay, so before handling to the user, we used to perform the 1,000 cycle of landing and takeoff, which has multiple different kind of case scenarios, and also 500 hours of flying, which gives a good amount of positiveness to us that it can fly up to next 2,000 hours. So that's how we used to work with, and still till now also there's nothing that happened yet. There are a few crashes, I will say. Yeah, there are a few crashes, but that was on like human error basis, not on a vehicle basis, or on a vehicle deformities. So this is how we used to manage.
Thank you, sir, for answering this question. Now, moving on to you, Subhranshu.
So the next question we have is that, as you said, your drone has some unique features and capabilities. So can you please enlist them? So, Mr. I will like you to answer this. And the next question with this is for Rahul sir. So, as a co-founder, how do you see your company aiming in the market in the next 10 years? Sir? So, what are your future goals?
Yeah,
How you
I'll
aim?
after answer Darshan's.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah,
So,
yes,
Mr.
please.
Please.
Yeah, so like you can say every the companies are making like every companies are making the drone. They are making you can say as a customer requirement. Okay, so every drone has a special features, but the drones we are making, it is not drones. It is a vehicles. Okay, it is a bigger one. So the vehicles we are making, that is very efficient in higher altitude. It is the first company you can say in India that making higher altitude vehicles that can fly in Tawang, Ladakh, and China border. Okay. So second thing, our vehicle can operate autonomously. Like if you once give a coordinate, then it will go to that place, then land, then also return from that place. Okay. Then you can say thermal air vision cameras, and it can also detect the obstacles. Okay, so that is the primary features, and the main the secondary features are like it is waterproof, completely waterproof. So like you can fly in any weather, and you can say the payload is very high, so you can carry with 40 kg or 60 kg like that. So yeah, that's it.
And carrying towards the next question. In future, like you, if we have these kind of solution in place and work fully functioning in Indian kind of subcontinent, then things are going to turn faster. Okay, although it seems like we'll be taking a lot of jobs from Indian ecosystem, but things are not like that. What we are targeting is we are targeting towards mid-mile delivery, where still there are no solution yet. So like deliveries in critical areas like in upper Himalayas or towards upper side or towards the China borders and all. So still, what India, these are the areas where like transportation is still a big challenge. So there we are targeting. So you won't be seeing in near future that you won't be seeing any drone flying over your heads. Okay, so that's one thing. But in future, like if everything goes place and and we have quite good amount of regulations in place in your commercial type of drone delivery systems. Then, irrespective of cargo, you'll be seeing aircrafts who are taking humans from one point to another too. So we are working on that product too, but that will be operating in UAE rather than India right now.
So why not India?
First thing is the challenge, and second is the safety regulations and awareness. Okay. Sorry. First thing is your regulations. Okay. Regulations. It will still take time to mature, and it will take at least 10 years to do it. Okay. And second thing is your awareness. So one of the biggest challenge in Indian subcontinent is awareing Indians about new product. Okay. So it took around your 4 to 5 years to getting a touchscreen in the market. Okay. The touchscreen was a technology which was available around 2008. Okay, but a fully fledged touchscreen in Indian market was around 2013-14. Just because there was this superstition that the screens will fail very soon. So awareing Indians is quite hard. Okay, but it's quite easy if you have good number of flight cycles in your other countries or where regulations are quite easy, and then bringing them into the India. So it's quite easy for those kind of companies if you're working in those kind of fields. So that's why we are targeting UAE first, and there's good amount of attraction from that also, from that perspective too, and that's why we are not doing it in India.
Got it, sir. Thank you both of you, sir. Ashish, you can forward to your next question.
Yeah, yeah, Subhranshu. So you all are doing such tremendous efforts in producing such good stuff of drones. So can you share some insights? How do you see the future of cargo delivery drones and their potential impact upon various other industries?
Yeah, as I said, things gonna turn faster. Okay, you will be receiving your products very soon, very quick. Zomato will be saying that I'll be delivering food within minutes rather than hours. So those are the things that will help us out. Other than that, you will be seeing a good impact on good benefits on your disaster management. Okay, as you won't be relying on the helicopters, or you won't be relying on aerial supplies. You can directly deploy these kind of drones to provide medical aid, to provide foods, to provide any kind of equipments to one point to another. Third, you will have great benefits to the naval segment, as naval ships used to you can say board at a small distance from the seashore, as they require depth, and transportation still happens on a small boat from the ship towards the port. So there also we will be implementing these drones. And lastly, you will be seeing emergency supplies like vaccine deliveries, organ deliveries, and all. Those are also areas where we'll be aiding. So here are the sectors, and also, as I said, these are the areas which are still untouched, you can say. So there can be futures where we can see such drones fighting fires, fighting working in afforestations. The possibilities are endless, you can say. So you have to go with it.
Thank you, sir, for answering the question. Sir, are there any memorable moments or experiences that you can share among us?
There are plenty. Memorable moments. Our first takeoff. Okay. It was on Diwali 2021. Okay. At that time, I don't think so. Darshan was part of the team. Okay. We took a week of time to build drone, to put all the harness, to pull the avionics, propulsion system, everything assembly. Okay, we connected the battery, and the flight has to be on the day before Diwali, so that we can enjoy Diwali with our family members and all. Okay, and the vehicle was ready at the morning of the day before Diwali. Okay, but was one issue. Okay, and we knew that, as it wasn't like that we weren't aware of it. Okay. We started the drone. Everything was working well, but it wasn't receiving signal. Okay. And for that one specific error, or that's one specific, just one thing that we had forgot was, took a whole day. And suddenly a thought came that we have to give a different power to avionics and different power to the motors. Okay, it was just one simple solution. Okay, or we can introduce a resistor in the part and it can work, but it took a whole day. And this was a small mistake, and we had learned that from that we had learned that we'll do this thorough pre-flight checks before each and every flight, and that we used to practice. And the next day when the vehicle took off, and that was the most happiest Diwali that we had in our life right now. Other than that, there was one incident happened recently. That was, it was almost that we had did our manned flight. Okay. During the test, so what we are having is, we are having this fabrication solution and a fantastic test rig. Okay, that we had developed on our own. We used to do all the safety flights over there. Okay, so what happened was, we had did our flights and there was some error. We rigged the whole vehicle with a test rig and we were testing. And one of our colleague was sitting over the drone, and they were like doing the pre-flight checks. And suddenly, all of a sudden, we don't know why it happened, or what was the reason behind it. All motors start running. Okay, and they started running with a small pace, and as soon they tried to switch it off, they started at their full potential, and the vehicle took off slightly. Okay, and the person was sitting inside the vehicle only. Okay, like after certain like few feet of gaining altitude, it tilted towards one angle, and there was some like scratches over the lower abdomen of the person. So that was one incident that changed the whole scenario of our vehicle. We used to treat it as a vehicle which we had good amount of experience with, but after that incident, we started taking this vehicle that it can take lives too. So we used to do all the you can say all the safety measures before flight. We have good amount of code of conduct before flight that has to be followed. So those are also in places. These were quite good amount of moments that I can like share about. And other, there are like plenty of idiotic moments happening each and every day. Okay, so I don't think those are that much of great interest.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your memorable moments with us. Now, I would like to tell Subhranshu to to ask the further question.
Soumya sir, would you like to share your memories, sir? Maybe it may be dark one or maybe the bright ones.
Yeah, so like from my mind, the best memory is when we are doing our first trial in 𝗤𝗵𝗂𝗃. So that was my first trial experience, and like we are in the Indian Army side. We are reaching one day before there, and so our vehicle got some damage in our transportation thing. So that's why you have some kind of worry about that we can took off or not. So like we give a whole night that in 0 degree Celsius, like we are working in a 0 degree Celsius for a whole night. Then like we ready the vehicle, and the pilot will took off first in morning 7 a.m. When the sun rises. So that was the best experience for me, like the unforgettable experience for me right there.
Thank you, sir. Uh, Sir, the next question is that here in India, we can see the entrepreneurship line is getting forward and forward. And among the engineers, mostly, many of them think about going for the entrepreneurship line. So, how will you inspire them? What will be the final piece of advice for them that how can they put their next step? And what will be your final
Uh,
advice, sir?
my final advice:
Yes.
you should have, like, I'll say, particularly I don't hold that much of great experience to put an answer to this question. But according to me, uh, the first thing, irrespective of your idea, okay, you have to do all the pre-checks or the pre-calculations thoroughly. Okay, put some good amount of market experts, good amount of CAs to just evaluate your idea and what's the market value. Okay, uh, if you are not doing it, then there's good amount of chances that your start gonna fail. Okay, and this is not that I have read. This is the thing that I have experienced. Okay, I'm currently running two startups. One is Ponzi, another is one in in Bhubaneswar, and I had failed like 4 or 5 startups in my past. So that's one thing from my experience. Secondly, get having a good trustable team and a good experienced team. Okay, it's very important in this field. If the product is like you can build it on your own, it's quite good. But anyone can have either a technical knowledge or a marketing mindset. Okay, there's no such person who can work on both. Okay, so having a good team is very important for a startup. So you can rely on your friends, you can rely on your seniors, you can rely on your juniors, whatever you want, but evaluate your team before even doing any kind of paperwork or doing sharing any kind of things to them. So these are two advices that I'll give from my experience. And yeah, funds are one thing. So be ready for the scarcity of funds.
So, Mr. Are you there?
Yeah, so from my side, I can tell you about like in drone industry, the important thing is fund because you have to invest more funds for the testing. Okay. And then the iterations. So that is the important thing. Like you have to give certain time to the iterations so that you can fly successfully. Because there is many more companies that are announcing that yeah we have got the solution, but the thing is at that time they have doing some kind of more process at that time. So you can't give a prototype stress drone to a consumer. Okay, so yeah, that's in drones industries, but in yeah, robotics industries, that is a very first like you can say lines that you can choose in embedded, in simulations, in you can say automations. There is a era of industry 4.0 and 5.0, so you can do that thing also. And that is a basic technical things that you have to be research in a skill set, not in your study. So yeah, that is from outer side of your study, so you have to be experienced on that thing. And if you want to do a startup in India, yeah, in previous days there some kind of vibes are yeah startups is nothing kind of like you are wasting your time. But now the era is entrepreneurship era. So in 2020 to 2030. Okay, so there is Shark Tank, there is Idea Innovation Cell, there is you can say directly approach to the government. So yeah, you can get fund easy. You can do a startup also. Yeah, that's from my side.
Thank you, sir. It was very true. Rahul sir, your answer was also very good, but and it was really very good, sir. Sir, the final question, sir, for both of you. So, as I said, it was the advice for the entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs, right? So, for all of us, all the engineers, all the management aspirants, and everyone, every other one, what will be your final advice to them as motivation or something you have learned throughout this career, sir? In a few lines, sir. Rahul, sir, please.
For me, the advice would be work smartly. Okay, because hard work takes time, and time is one thing that never stays. So work smartly and trust on your beliefs. That's one also big challenge, because this is an era where people are very confused about their stuffs. Okay, I have seen scientists who are very confused even to put a screw to their bots. So don't be confused. Just and work smartly. And rest. Uh, have confidence on your educations, on your and put uh, put more towards your practical experience rather than theoretical. So that's very beneficial. If you see, if you are not towards marks, like if you are not seeing towards marks and your academic, then do go to some industries, do some practical, get some practical experience. That's really gonna benefit you all. So I, that's my
Thank
suggestion.
you, sir. Soumya, sir, how will you answer this question, sir?
Yeah, so like I'm experiencing all things before that you have told that don't get too much into your CGP and all. So that is the important thing. But the thing is, you have to be set a dream. You have to be set a skill set. Like if you don't want to do a job in your like personal experience, then don't do. Okay, like people are going forward into like LPA, so they are going into IT job and anything. But the thing is, if you are going to that, then you feel some kind of bore after 3 months to 4 months. So if you want to do your own job, your own statistical job, like any science experiment, any kind of perfect career for you, then do any kind of personal experience things like technical jobs, automations, and then like you can do coding. If you can do coding, or if you can do electrical things, then combine it. That is automation. Okay, so that is the better one, I can say. Yeah, that's from my side.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rahul sir, and thank you, Soumya sir, for answering to all our queries. Looks like we have covered all of our questions. With this, we have come to the end of our question and answer session, and this marks the end of our second part of our Aerovantage series. Thank you, sir, for answering to all of our queries and enlightening us with your knowledge. Now, I would like to hand over to my co-host, Subhranshu, to carry on the further proceedings. Subhranshu.
On behalf of Idea Investment Cell, I would like to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to all of you who have joined us today for this remarkable event. First and foremost, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our esteemed speakers who have generously shared their knowledge and insight with us. Your expertise and valuable perspectives have truly enriched the event and left a lasting impression on all of us. Secondly, I would like to thank our faculty members for giving his valuable time and inspiring us today with this event. Our heartfelt appreciation goes out to each and every one of our participants. Our active engagement and thought-provoking questions and vibrant discussions have made this event truly dynamic and enlightening. Uh, Before we complete this event, sir, for both of you, we want to request that we will like to take a screenshot of all of us with
Sure.
our camera on, sir, as a memorable moment with you, sir.
Yes, sure.
Thank you, sir. I will request all of our participants to take on their camera so we can take a picture. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all of our participants. Now, Ashish, you can carry forward.
Actually, you are on mute, I think.
Sorry, sorry from my side. Yeah, thank you everyone for your cooperation to helping us take this screenshot. And as we bring this event to a close, let us carry forward the inspiration, ideas, and connections we have fostered here today. May the knowledge gained and the networks formed during the event contribute to the growth and progress of our industry. Furthermore, I would like to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of our organizing committee. Your meticulous planning and seamless execution have made this event a resounding success. Once again, a huge thank you to each and every one of you for your unwavering support and participation. We look forward to welcoming you again in our future endeavors. And big thank you to you also, Rahul sir and Darshan sir, for joining us today and enlightening us with your knowledge. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you everyone for joining.